Now the on Amazon PPC, so your sponsored products and your AMS ads, can be set up in advance and they will go live as soon as your product arrives at FBA, so do them well in advance. Now then it comes to the most important ads, your Facebook ads. I run them to specific landing pages that are built with Zon pages. Now if you've got your own website already and a page builder that works with that platform, then just replicate this layout. But if not, I would highly recommend Zon pages. It's dead cheap. It's really simple to use and it's a great tool for building Amazon landing pages for your Facebook ads. There's a link below in the description with this video, but let's jump into the computer and I'll show you how to build the pages with Zon pages. So the first thing you'll want to do is go across to Zon pages, and from your dashboard area click on the pages on the left hand side, and then you'll click on create a landing page. Now I've just created this landing page, so I'm going to go into my landing pages and then I'm going to go into edit, but this would land you on the exact same page just without the information. So the first thing they're going to ask for is the ASIN of the item. So you go across to Amazon and you get your ASIN and you drop it in, and then that will bring through most of the data. So the first tab you'll be presented with is pricing. So what you want to do in here is put in your market price that we talked about. So in this instance the market price is $13.99, and then save it and then click next. And then the next thing is the page content. So as standard, a lot of these things are hidden. So you've got things like the Bad Ant logo, videos, related products, FAQ and contact. So I generally keep those hidden. I don't think there's any need for people to be able to contact you. Frequently asked questions, yeah, I could see how that would work. But the idea here is not so much that we want this page to be the best converting page in the world. It's more just to screen out the sort of tire kickers, the people who are literally just clicking through from your ad on Facebook to see what it's all about, to see what the price is, because you've only said it's 30% off, you haven't said the price. And so it doesn't need to convert super well. It just needs to screen out those people who aren't going to buy, so that the people who then do go on to Amazon are very close to 100% likely to convert. So first thing I normally look at is the title and the picture gallery. So if you click on the little pencil, it'll bring that up. And it'll bring up all your images from Amazon. You can rearrange these by just dragging them around, so you can choose which image you want to be the main image, and then which images will be like the thumbnails to be enlarged. I've changed the title here, so it was like the massive long title from Amazon, so I'll normally say something along the lines of get 30% off, and then the main keywords with a little bit of a benefit statement, which they seem to have done okay, but it's not the end of the world here. So then you would click the update title and that would save that. Same with the images. If you want to upload any more images specific to this landing page, because obviously you don't have to follow Amazon rules then, so you can upload those there. Then once you're finished, you just say go back to content edition. So the next thing is your description and features, which is basically your description and bullet points. I generally don't bother with the description again. It doesn't need to be like super in detail. It just needs to get people an idea of what the product is and how much it is, so that they can be screened out if they're not interested. So this is pulled through the bullet points. You might want to do a little bit of tinkering here, but to be fair, I'm not really going to do anything here. So then we'll just go back to the content. And then the last one is the promotional timer, but to be honest, that'll be hidden to begin with, and if you just ignore that for now, because when we move on to the next stage, which is coupons, then that will automatically enable itself. So as standard, it'll be unticked, and you'll have to tick to say Amazon coupons. Then what I would generally do is I would say set to 30%, and it'll automatically work out the price for you. Then you want to go into Amazon and create some discount codes for that. I would suggest like maybe a couple of hundred at least, because at the end of the day you're not giving them away. This is 30% off, so you should be at least making some money, or possibly a small loss, or breaking even. So it's not the end of the world if you get like 500 people buy at this price, and to be honest, that's probably what you want anyway. So make a good few hundred coupons, and then basically import the text file. That'll automatically bring all the coupons in, and it'll show you here how many coupons you've got. And then if you want to expire the coupons, but again I don't recommend you do, so just say never. And then you've got two options. You can either display the coupon directly on the page, so that when the customer clicks the button saying get my coupon, it basically just pops up with a coupon. They can copy it and then go on Amazon. Or you can actually request that they fill in their email address and name so that you can collect the data, and then you can pop them onto a list within ActiveCampaign, for example, and then send them some follow-up emails regarding the product. I have mainly gone with just displaying it directly on the page because I think that is a real conversion killer. If you've already got a person who's ready to buy this product and you then click to say, I want my coupon, I'm expecting my coupon. If I then have to put my email in and then wait potentially 15 minutes for it to come through, then it's just going to put me off, and I'm not in the same buying mood. You need people to be, when they're clicking the button, they go straight to Amazon with the discount code, they put it in their basket, the job done, and that's going to give you the greatest conversion in my opinion. However, there is the option there if you want it. Then this is what I'm talking about, so the timer. So you can tick to say show the offer timer, and then generally I'll set it to about 4 hours just to get a bit of scarcity, so when you land on the page, I'll show you in a minute, but it'll basically have a countdown timer at the top and it'll sort of spur people into making action straight away. You can play around with this. It's evergreen, so basically whatever you put in here, when the person lands on the page, the counter will start. So it's not like it's going to end 4 hours from now as soon as we launch this page. It will be as soon as person A lands on, they will get 4 hours, and person B 10 minutes later they'll get another 4 hours, and so on and so on. So then we'll say next on that. That'll take you into like custom HTML, which I normally leave alone. Facebook Pixel, yeah, we can put that in there if you want to. There's a bit of information on the Facebook website, I'll link it in the description below, and that will show you how to use the Facebook Pixel, but in principle it just allows you to track, so that when someone clicks on your ad and then they come to this page, if they then claim a coupon and go on to Amazon, you'll be able to track that as a conversion on Facebook, and you'll be able to see how well your ads are doing. But again, it's not necessary, you don't have to put it in. You can basically play around with some of the settings here to do that. Next, scheduling. So if you want to put it on so that it only runs between certain times or certain days, you can do that. You can also put it on so that it runs for a particular weekend, like over a holiday or something like that, or you can just set it, or you can just leave this unticked and it'll just run from whenever you launch it to whenever you close the page down. That's generally what I do. Or if the coupons run out, I think it turns it off as well. And then there's a few more bits here. So there's the template. So I generally change the button text. Well, actually, it depends on which one you're using. If you don't use coupons, then you'll need to change this one to buy on Amazon. If you do use coupons, then it's claim your coupon. Now, that's very American. So you people out there who are selling in America, that's great, claim your coupon. For me, I would probably say claim your discount code, which is based in the UK. So I can just change that there to claim your discount code now. A bit more scarcity there. The button colour I've left as yellow. The standard button colour that they have for the background of the button is like a light blue colour, but I've done a lot of research into conversion and orange is the best colour to use. So basically just pull up the little colour picker and drag it down to orange, and then pick sort of a darkish orange colour, and then come across here and pick a slightly lighter colour, just so it, like when you hover over it, it gives you a bit of differentiation. Then click next. Social sharing, yeah, that's fine. It basically just brings up a few icons so that people can share the page on Facebook, which, to be honest, you probably want them to do, because then you'll get some free traffic to the page, so that's good. Then a name for your landing page. This is just for internal use, really, to be honest. I think it also gives you a bit of a sort of thing towards your URL, yeah, down the bottom here. So just name it something that's relevant to the product. You can also do split tests, so you could maybe say like test A, test B on the end, so that you know which one's which and which one's performing better, because you will get a bit of statistics later on. Excuse me. Then your target URL. This is where you can play around with it again a little bit more. So you can just put in your standard canonical URL, which if you don't know what that is, if you go onto Google Chrome, go to your listing and then right click somewhere on the page and say view page source, and then type Control F to find within the page, and then just type in canon, C-A-N-O-N, and then you'll find within the HTML code there's something called the canonical URL, which is basically sort of like a reference URL that Amazon use. So you can either send your traffic directly to that, which is basically Amazon / some of your keywords that Amazon brings through, normally 5 keywords from your title, / DP for display page, or detail page, sorry, / the ASIN of the product. So that's the standard canonical URL. Or you can play around with the likes of super URLs, although it's a bit of sort of grey area whether they work or not, and whether they're sort of within terms of service to do yet. So One of the ones you can use is the storefront URL. I've been hearing a lot about that lately, where you can basically go into your storefront within your brand and then do a search for a keyword that you're wanting to target. So for example, dog bowls, and then you can press that search and then go up to the top and copy that URL. That's called the storefront URL. And I've been hearing some good things about that lately, so you can also try that one out. To be honest, I normally just use the canonical URL because I find that it works anyway. Generally, it has a few of your keywords from your title, and if you've been clever, then they're at the front, and normally the first word is the first word from your title. So I would normally just go with the canonical URL, to be honest. It's the one that's definitely within terms of service, and it's in no way in manipulating the algorithm or anything like that, so it's the safest one to use. And then lastly is the actual landing page URL. Now this is standard, like set as Zon pages with a little subdomain relevant to your account, and then some like random words afterwards relevant from your title. To be honest, when people are coming in from Facebook, I don't really think it matters a huge deal, but if you really want to, you can follow the instructions here, which tell you how to point your own domain towards this Zon pages page, so that you can have like promotions.yourdomain/dog bowls or whatever, so that it's a bit more comfortable and brand like sort of registered when people land on the page, so that they land on a domain that's got your brand name in. But to be honest, I've tested both ways and it makes very little difference, especially when you're only doing this for a certain period of time anyway. So it's just time wasted in my opinion. Just crack on and let users on pages one. And then the last bit is just to see the landing page. So this is how it'll look. So as you see, the timer starts counting down. We've got the title that we put in. It tells you the normal price, and then it tells you the sale price, and then it gives you the amount off and the percentage off. It gives you a few pictures. These are actually normally when you hover over them, they've got like zoom functionality, but I think because I'm viewing it incognito, oh no, sorry, here we go. So there you go, you can see it zooms in on the pictures, you can change between the thumbnails, so it's a pretty good little page. It's got some information which has been pulled through from those features, which has come from your bullet points within your Amazon listing. And it's pretty much either they leave the page or they click on one of these two buttons. So you've got one here or one here. So when they click on that, it'll show them the discount code, because we set it up that they didn't have to put in their email. They'll then click this little button here to copy that to the clipboard, and then they can redeem it on Amazon, and that link will take them to whatever link you have set up within the Zon pages thing. So that is that. That's how you set up Zon pages.